Hi, today I'm going to talk to you about 4 steps how to move out of fear, overwhelm, and worry. So I'm kind of curious, have you ever felt stuck, overwhelmed, or worried about a situation in your life, wishing you could break free and solve the problem? I know I have. Have you noticed it's hard to make a decision when you're frozen in fear, overwhelmed, stressed, or have anxiety? It's like your brain can't think clearly. Are you traveling down the road of life and all of a sudden you're thrown a curveball or the rug's been pulled out from under you and your whole world's been turned upside down? And it seems like in that moment, you cannot make a decision or find a solution to your problem. Either one of two things have happened. First, you were not expecting anything bad to pop up, and you didn't know it was really going to be an issue. Or second, it's been simmering for a while on the back burner, and now it's at the point where you really do have to do something. The big problem or major decision can bring up all kinds of deep emotions that you have within yourself. So have you ever felt really totally overwhelmed, confused, stressed, caught up in fear and said, "Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do"? Or maybe you thought, "How am I supposed to make a decision? I have no idea what to do or even how to get through this." Have you ever felt like that? You have the solution to this problem, and it's really about overcoming the emotion of fear, worry, and overwhelm. So when you move through this emotion, it clears your mind so you can figure things out. But the worst part is that whatever you're fearing or worrying about or overwhelmed about, you're drawing that energy to you like a magnet. The emotion of fear is there to protect you, to keep you safe. Its job is to make sure you survive. And fear's major thought is, let's stay with what we know, because in that way, we will be safe. So fear is the opposite of love. Fear lets you know that you're out of an alignment. Thoughts of fear dwell on manifesting more lack and struggle and limitation and that old belief, not good enough. And the only way through is to go into the emotion. When you try to avoid it or ignore it or shove it down, all it does is prolong it. And the reason why you avoid it is because you don't want to feel the pain. Instead of pulling back and resisting, lean into it and say you're leaning into fear. You ask yourself, what am I scared of? And acknowledge the fear. And this way you can become fearless and set yourself up for success. And when things come at you and you find yourself overwhelmed with a strong emotion like anxiety, worry, fear, these are all lower vibrations. And it's hard to think and come up with a solution when you're in this state. So the good news is there's a process you can follow to help you move through the emotions. And these 4 steps will help you move through the angst, the fear, the worry, the overwhelm, so you can make a clear decision. So the first step is to recognize, what are you feeling? What is it that's running amok in your mind? Is it anxiety, fear, worry, overwhelm? The emotion is there blocking you from making a decision. So the key is to recognize that you can't solve the problem in the state of mind. So you want to push the button on that mind chatter and tell yourself to stop it. And the second step is to get control of your mind, to stop that insanity and notice, what are you focused on? And ask yourself, do you want more of that? No. So if you're coming from fear and worry and doubt, the idea is to change your focus. And that leads us to the third step. And this one is by changing your thoughts, you will actually change your emotions. And so the best way to do this is have a conversation with the emotion like you would a person. So let's say fear is really bothering you. So you sit down and ask yourself, well, what's fear really want to say to me? And is that true for you? And half the time, it's not true. It's worrying about something in the future that may never, ever happen. And then the fourth step is to come from love. So we typically beat ourselves up because we think this is happening. But if we stop and we realize, oh, that's old programming, we don't have to do that anymore, you go, oh, thank you for being there. Thank you for trying to keep me safe. But today, I am moving through this because I'm confident, I'm strong, I'm empowered. And a really good question you can ask yourself is, am I coming from love or am I coming from fear? And if you're coming from fear, be grateful that you are, because you just uncovered some kind of belief or block that's stopping you, and go, okay, that's great, but I'm going to shift it into love. And if I was in love, which is a higher vibration, what decision to this problem could I come up with? And if you're coming from love and gratitude and appreciation, all of a sudden you've shifted your vibrational rate. And in this state, you can make really clear, good decisions. So when you look back at that event, you'll go, oh yeah, I knew I was working on this for some reason, and you can see the whole picture. So let's break these steps down really quick so you can remember them. So 1, recognize your feeling. 2, focus on a positive outcome, not the negative, because that's where your mind typically wants to go. Have a conversation with your emotion, and then come from love or gratitude because it was really there just to keep you safe. So remember, this is a process, and it takes time to shift from the worry, the fear, the anxiety, overwhelm into this new way of being. But it is possible, and I know you can do it. And with these 4 simple steps, you will get in alignment with your desire, and you'll create that life that you've been wanting. And your life will unfold magically with love and joy and happiness. And so I just want to leave you with these 4 steps. Have fun, play with them, and practice. Okay, bye.